What's up everyone, it's Oscar with Detail Groove, and we're back for another video on the tools and products that you need to perform an engine cleaning. So this isn't going to be a how-to on actually how to clean an engine, but more so on what you'll need to actually get that task done. So first things first is this does seem like there's a lot of tools and products, which it looks like it, but it's really not, and I'll explain in a bit. Don't worry about the tools that I'm going to show you or try to jot them down or figure out what the name is. I'll have a link down below to these tools and different tools within different price points, depending if you want to buy a more expensive or cheaper, or you want to buy all of them. By all means, I'll have that down below in the link, so don't worry about trying to jot down these names or anything like that. So let's get started. I'll show you the essential tools that I actually use, and then I'll explain a little bit more about what I have going on. So one of the more essential tools for engine cleaning are these bristle brushes. Now the cool thing about these brushes is that they're very flexible. So it looks like it's pretty fat and thick, but realistically, once you kind of get it in tight spots, it's more than willing to flex pretty well, and it'll agitate it enough to remove all that junk inside the engine. So having two brushes like this could get into a lot of very tight nooks, crannies, and compartments inside the engine because they're so flexible. So these are super great for engine cleaning. Next is this lug nut brush, but of course I use it for many different other applications. I use it for the detailed areas throughout the whole engine. Obviously, you'll find a lot of those, so you definitely will need a type of brush like this. And the next is this long-handled brush. Again, if you're working on a really big engine, like let's say a truck or a Rolls Royce, those some of those engines are massive. So having obviously being able to extend your reach is very helpful in cases like that. So this is a great tool. This can be used on the hood part. Again, if it's too high, or if you got to reach all the way down to almost where the end of the hood is. And again, if you do need to shorten it, you just kind of drop it to your hand and use it where you need to use it. And because it has kind of a fat head, it covers a lot of real estate on the engine. So it'll help you with a faster cleaning as well. These brushes here are actually wheel willies, and I've seen some people use it on engines, but I specifically don't. You could in some specific engines, but for the most part they're too bulky. As small as they look and soft as they look, they are too bulky because obviously engines have tight compartments depending on the engine that you're cleaning, of course, but these are too fat, too bulky, so I don't use these too often, but there have been a few applications where I did need to use them, but for the most part I stick to these brushes because these brushes can do everything that these brushes can, but these can't do what these brushes can't. And the next, I did used to use this brush a lot, let's say on the bigger areas, but again, this covers it for the most part. I have a detailing van, and it's a small van, so I don't want to take too many products every time I go out to a detail job. So I do pick certain products, certain tools and products that have different various applications, so I can get more out of one thing to help me out. And I had another video on when I started a detailing mistake I made when I bought too many products. So if you're gonna start your detailing business, go ahead and check that video out. And again, these brushes here, they essentially do the same thing. You don't need to, and I'll emphasize it a little bit right now, is that you don't need to go out and buy every single tool and product that you see on a detailing website. It's nice and fancy, but if you're starting a business, or if this is going to be a side business, or if this is just for your personal use to, detail your buddy's cars, then by all means, start with the most minimal thing that you need. Again, I only use 4 brushes for just about 90% of all engine cleanings. So I mean, and this is over experience that I've had, so I don't need to use all these other different tools that I have here. And other detailers have way more tools than I need, and that's absolutely fine. It just comes down to your personal preference. But better so to buy small and then keep on working your way up than you buy a full amount of tools and products, and then you see like, okay, I just spent an extra $100. Now they're just in the corner of my garage collecting dust. So I'd always emphasize to recommend to start small, buy a few products, and then if you need to work your way up, work your way up. So the next here is the it's a sidekick, Metro sidekick, and it's pretty much forced air, compressed air, except it's electrical. This is great for after you're done with the detail. You'll blow all the water out. That way, any standing water, so you can dry the entire engine and perhaps put some tire dressing. Oh, excuse, not tire dressing, but plastic dressing on the engine compartment, so it can obviously look nice, but obviously you'll need to dry it out first, and this is what comes in handy. But again, if you have an electrical air blower, leaf blower, that works perfectly fine. Again, there's a bunch of different types of blowers like this, so I'll list them out in the link below. There's gonna be different price points, different sizes that you can choose from. And for solutions, this is pretty much all-purpose cleaner. This is diluted 10-to-1, and this is diluted 4-to-1. So basically what that means is it's 10 parts water, 1 part solution. This is 4 parts water, 1 part solution. And basically that means this is very aggressive. So if it's really dirty, if the engine's really dirty, really bad, I'll use 4-to-1 because I need more of an aggressive cleaning. But if it's not so bad, if it's mildly dirty, then I'll use a semi-aggressive cleaner, and I'll use 10-to-1. Again, you could probably buy the exact tools and be fine. You may want to buy a whole bunch of other tools. You may want to buy fewer tools. I have all those options down below. Just don't try to spend all the money that you have on or all the money that you want to spend on detailing products purely on brushes and solutions just for engine cleaning. Start small, see how it works, and if you need to buy 1 or 2 extra tools, then by all means buy it. But if you need any extra help, leave some comments down below. Like this video if you liked it, because I'm freezing, so you should give me some props for that. And I'll see you on the next video. Again, check the link down below, and then you can download all these tools. So I'll see you in the next video.